Now, look, the journey of life. It is a magnificent tapestry, isn't it? And every thread, every color, every intricate design, it's all a result of the choices you make. It's about understanding that you are the master weaver of your own existence. The patterns you see, the textures you feel, the strength and beauty of the finished piece, they all begin and end with you. It's a profound realization, a powerful truth that once genuinely embraced will forever alter the direction of your days. You hold the brush, you select the colors, where you decide the strokes that will ultimately form the masterpiece that is your life. There are no bystanders in this creation. You are the sole artist, and the first most fundamental principle to grasp, the very cornerstone upon which all lasting success and genuine happiness is built, is this: you must take bite responsibility for your life. Think about that for a moment. 100%. Not Joel, not Wusher, not even Wu. Every single aspect of your existence, from your financial situation to your relationships, your health, your emotional state, your intellectual growth, it's all on you. This isn't about assigning blame. It's about acknowledging power. It's about recognizing that you are not a victim of circumstance, but a product of your decisions, your actions, and yes, even your inactions. When you fully internalize this, a colossal shift occurs within you. The chains of excuses begin to loosen, the fog of self-pity starts to dissipate, and a clear path forward, illuminated by your own capacity, becomes visible. Many people walk through life pointing fingers, don't they? They blame their parents, their teachers, their boss, the government, the economy, the weather. They construct elaborate narratives to explain why things aren't working out for them, always placing the origin of their problems outside of themselves. But consider this: as long as you believe that external factors are dictating your internal experience, you remain powerless. You are essentially handing over control of your destiny to forces beyond your reach. And what kind of life is that? It's a life lived at the mercy of others. A life where your happiness is contingent upon things you cannot command. That's a terribly precarious position to be in, isn't it? A life of perpetual reaction rather than proactive creation. Taking bite responsibility means understanding that while you cannot always control the events that happen to you, you absolutely, unequivocally control your response to those events. A storm might gather on the horizon, but whether you build a sturdy shelter or stand out in or the rain complaining about the wetness is entirely up to you. An unexpected challenge might appear, but whether you view it as an insurmountable obstacle or a valuable opportunity for growth and learning, that's your choice. This is where your true power resides, in your ability to choose your perspective, to choose your attitude, to choose your actions, regardless of the external conditions. It's an internal fortitude that cannot be taken away from you, a freedom that no external force can diminish. Imagine a ship at sea. The winds might be fierce, the waves crashing, the currents strong. The captain cannot control the weather, but a good captain, a truly responsible captain, knows how to navigate. They trim the sails, adjust the rudder, read the charts, and steer the vessel through the tempest. They don't throw their hands up in despair and blame the ocean. No, they understand their role is to guide the ship, to bring it safely to its destination, despite the challenges. You are the captain of your own ship, and your life is the journey. The storms will come, they always do, but your ability to navigate them, to learn from them, to emerge stronger on the other side, that's your responsibility. That's your mark of true leadership over your own life. This habit, this profound acceptance of total responsibility, eliminates the victim mentality that traps so many. When you stop blaming, you start doing. When you stop making excuses, you start making progress. It's a fundamental shift from a passive approach to life to an active, engaged, and empowered one. It means that when something goes wrong, instead of asking, "Who did this to me?" you begin to ask, "What can I do about this?" or "What can I learn from this?" This subtle yet immensely powerful change in questioning unlocks solutions, fosters resilience, and propels you forward, even when circumstances are less than ideal. You stop being a spectator in your own life and become the primary player. The lead actor, the director, and the producer all rolled into one. Consider the notion of personal development. How can you genuinely grow? How can you truly improve? If you believe that your shortcomings are someone else's fault, if your lack of skill is due to a poor teacher, or your poor health is due to genetics, or your financial struggles are due to a bad economy, then where is the incentive to change? Where is the lever for self-improvement? It simply doesn't exist. But when you say, my current financial situation is a result of my past financial decisions and habits, then suddenly the power to change it resides squarely with you. You can then learn, adapt, and implement new strategies. The responsibility empowers the transformation. It creates an urgent and compelling reason to look within and find the solutions that lie dormant. This also extends to if you're constantly blaming your partner, your friends, or your family for the friction or unhappiness in your interactions, you're missing the profound opportunity for connection and resolution. Taking responsibility means acknowledging your part in every dynamic. It means asking, how can I communicate more clearly? How can I listen more effectively? How can I contribute more positively to this relationship? It's not about becoming a doormat, but about becoming an active participant in building healthy, respectful, and joyful connections. It's about understanding that even when others act poorly, your response, your boundaries, and your decisions about how to engage or disengage are still entirely within your control. You cultivate the garden of your relationships, and the health of that garden reflects the care you put into it. The habit of taking bite responsibility frees you from the exhausting burden of trying to control other people or external events. It's a fool's errand, isn't it? Trying to manipulate every variable outside of yourself is a recipe for frustration and disappointment. Instead, this habit directs your energy inward towards the only thing you truly can control, yourself. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your efforts, your character, your choices. This internal locus of control is a wellspring of true power, a fortress of inner strength that remains unyielding no matter what storms rage outside. It's a profound sense of peace that comes from knowing you are driving your own bus, charting your own course, and making your own way. Some people might hear this and think, but what about genuine misfortunes? What about things that are truly beyond my control? And yes, life throws curveballs. There are accidents, illnesses, economic downturns, and countless other events that are indeed not your fault. But here's the critical distinction. While the event itself might not be your fault, your response to it is always your responsibility. Did you lose your job due to a company restructuring? Not your fault. But finding a new job, learning new skills, adapting to a changing market, that's your responsibility. No. Did you suffer an injury that limits your physical abilities? Not your fault. But how you manage your recovery, how you adapt your lifestyle, how you maintain a positive outlook, that's your responsibility. The circumstances may be difficult, but your agency within those circumstances remains intact. This is not about denying hardship, but about asserting your capacity to rise above it, to learn from it, and to grow through it. The moment you fully embrace this, a remarkable transformation begins. You stop waiting for someone else to fix your problems, to hand you opportunities, or to make you happy. You become the proactive architect of your own destiny. You realize that your future is not something that happens to you, but something you actively create day by day, choice by choice. It's an invigorating and liberating realization, a true awakening to your own inherent power. This is the cornerstone of all genuine self-improvement, the starting point for every meaningful achievement. Without this foundation, any other habit, no matter how good, will eventually crumble under the weight of external blame and internal helplessness. So, it truly is the one habit that, once adopted, can change your life overnight. Not because the world changes, but because your entire relationship with the world and with yourself undergoes a radical and empowering metamorphosis. You stop being a passenger and become the pilot. guiding your journey with purpose and intent. The world doesn't become easier, you become stronger, more capable, and ultimately more fulfilled. And that, my friends, is a magnificent way to live. This understanding, this deep-seated belief in your own agency, becomes a powerful lens through which you view every challenge, every setback, and every opportunity. It's a habit that permeates every corner of your being, influencing your decisions, shaping your character, and ultimately defining the legacy you will leave behind. Embrace it fully, and watch your world transform. Your journey, your success, your happiness, it truly begins and ends with you. There's no greater truth than that. Now, let's talk about the incredible leverage you gain when you decide to wake up early and truly own your morning. This isn't just about setting your alarm clock a bit earlier. It's about purposefully carving out a sacred space at the very beginning of your day, a time when the world is still quiet, when distractions are minimal, and when your own energy is often at its freshest. Think of it as claiming your territory, establishing your dominance over the hours that lie ahead, rather than letting the day dictate terms to you. It's about being proactive from the moment your eyes open, rather than reactive. This isn't about some rigid militaristic schedule, but about intelligent design. A conscious choice to invest in yourself before the demands of the world begin to clamor for your attention. Many people stumble out of bed, immediately bombarded by notifications, news headlines, or the urgent demands of others. They begin their day in a state of reaction, constantly catching up, constantly responding to external stimuli. But consider the alternative. Imagine waking up with a sense of purpose, with a clear intention for those initial precious hours. This isn't just theory. It's a practice adopted by countless individuals who achieve remarkable things. They understand that the morning isn't just the start of the day. It's the foundation upon which the entire day is built. A well-constructed foundation supports a strong structure, while a weak one leads to instability. What does it mean to own your morning? It means intentionally filling those early hours with activities that nourish your mind, body, and spirit. It could be quiet contemplation, planning, learning, exercising, or simply enjoying a peaceful cup of coffee in silence. The specific activities can vary from person to person, but the underlying principle remains the same. You are using this time to fuel yourself, to prepare yourself, to sharpen your axe, as it were, before you begin to chop down the trees of your daily tasks. This is your personal power hour, or 2 hours, or even just 30 minutes, a dedicated block of time where you are singularly focused on self-improvement and strategic preparation. It's an investment that pays dividends throughout the entire day. Think about the mental clarity that comes with a peaceful start. When you're not immediately plunged into the chaos of emails and social media, your mind has space to breathe, to think, to strategize. You can set your intentions for the day with greater focus, identify your most important tasks, and mentally rehearse how you'll approach challenges. This kind of deliberate planning and contemplation in the quiet morning hours can save you immense amounts of time and energy later in the day, preventing you from feeling scattered and overwhelmed. You become the conductor of your orchestra rather than a frantic musician trying to keep up. Furthermore, an early start often allows for consistent physical activity. Whether it's a brisk walk, a jog, some stretching, or a more intense workout, moving your body in the morning provides a surge of energy, improves your mood, and enhances your cognitive function. It's a natural way to wake up your system, to get the blood flowing, and to oxygenate your brain. And when you've already completed a workout before most people have even had their first cup of coffee, you carry a sense of accomplishment and discipline into the rest of your day. It's a powerful internal win that builds momentum and confidence. You've already done something positive for yourself, setting a precedent for productivity and self-care. Consider the opportunity for learning. Many successful individuals dedicate their early mornings to reading books, listening to educational podcasts, or reviewing notes. This consistent input of knowledge, absorbed in a calm and focused state, slowly but surely builds your understanding, broadens your perspective, and sharpens your skills. Imagine reading even just surface pages of a valuable book every morning. Over a year, that amounts to dozens of books, a substantial increase in your personal library of wisdom and insight. This dedicated learning time compounds over the years, transforming you into a more knowledgeable, more capable individual, continuously equipping you with new tools and ideas. The discipline required to consistently wake up early is also a powerful builder of self-mastery. It's a small victory over your own comfort each day, a testament to your commitment to your goals. And these small victories accumulate, strengthening your willpower and your ability to follow through on your intentions. This isn't about being a superhuman, it's about being consistent. It's about making a commitment to yourself and honoring that commitment, day in and day out. This daily act of self-discipline spills over into other areas of your life, making it easier to stick to other positive habits and to resist temptations. You become more reliable to yourself, which is the most important reliability of all. Moreover, an early start provides a buffer against the unexpected. When you have a solid morning routine, you're better equipped to handle unforeseen interruptions or sudden changes in your schedule. You've already taken care of your essential self-care and planning, so sudden demand doesn't derail your entire day. You have built a margin of safety into your schedule, giving you flexibility and reducing stress. This resilience is invaluable in a world that often throws curveballs. You're not starting from behind, you're starting from a position of strength and preparation. The quiet solitude of the early morning also offers a profound opportunity for reflection and gratitude. Before the world gets noisy, you can take a moment to appreciate what you have, to consider your blessings, and to clarify your values. This kind of mindful reflection grounds you, centers you, and helps you maintain a positive outlook, even in challenging times. It's a chance to connect with your inner self, to listen to your own thoughts without the incessant chatter of external voices. This internal alignment is crucial for navigating your day with purpose and emotional stability. So, this isn't just about waking up early for the sake of it. It's about waking up early with purpose, with a plan, and with a commitment to investing in yourself. It's about recognizing that the first few hours of your day are disproportionately important in shaping the quality of the remaining hours. By owning your morning, you are essentially setting the tone, establishing the rhythm, and creating the momentum for a day filled with productivity, focus, and personal fulfillment. It's a habit that puts you in the driver's seat of your life, giving you a powerful head start and a distinct advantage. Make the conscious choice to claim those quiet, powerful morning hours, and you will begin to see a transformation in your energy, your focus, and your overall effectiveness. This is not a sacrifice, it is an investment in the most valuable asset you possess, yourself. It's about creating a powerful ritual that supports your growth, strengthens your discipline, and ultimately elevates the quality of your entire existence. Embrace the dawn and watch how it illuminates your path forward. Now, let's turn our attention to a habit that has the power to manifest your deepest desires and bring clarity to your aspirations. The profound practice of writing down your goals every single day. This isn't just a casual jotting on a piece of paper. This is a deliberate, consistent act of inscribing your intentions into the fabric of your consciousness, solidifying them and giving them tangible form. Many people have dreams, don't they? They carry vague wishes in their minds, hopeful thoughts about what they might achieve someday. But a dream, until it is written down, often remains just that. An ethereal, elusive possibility, lacking the concrete power to truly drive action. Think about the difference between a fleeting thought and a written declaration. A thought can vanish as quickly as it appears, easily forgotten amidst the day's distractions. But when you commit your goals to paper, you imbue them with a different kind of energy, a different kind of reality. It's like taking a blueprint from a mental concept and transforming it into a physical document. That blueprint then serves as your guide, your constant reminder, your unwavering focus. It becomes a navigational chart for your life's journey. Why every day? Because consistency is the forge where habits are made and strengthened. Each time you write your goals, you are reinforcing them in your subconscious mind. You are telling yourself and the universe that these aspirations are real, that they are important, and that you are committed to bringing them into existence. This daily ritual isn't just about remembering your goals. It's about internalizing them, making them a part of your identity. It's about building a mental magnet that draws you towards their achievement. The act of writing is a physical manifestation of your mental commitment. When you write down your goals, you are forced to be specific. Vague intentions like "I want to be successful" don't cut it. What does success look like for you? I want to earn X amount by this date. I want to complete this project by next month. I want to improve this skill to a certain level. Specificity provides clarity, and clarity is a powerful driver of action. It's like setting a GPS destination without a precise address. You'll wander aimlessly. Writing forces you to define your destination with precision. Furthermore, the act of writing engages multiple senses and parts of your brain. It's not just a mental exercise, it's a physical one. The movement of your hand, the feel of the pen, the sight of the words forming on the page, all these elements work together to deepen the impression of your goals in your mind. This multi-sensory engagement makes the goals more vivid, more real, and more compelling. It shifts them from abstract concepts to concrete objectives that demand your attention and effort. You are literally making your dreams more tangible with each stroke of the pen. This daily practice also serves as a powerful reminder of what truly matters to you. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, it's easy to get caught up in trivialities. Lose sight of the bigger picture. But when you start your day by writing your most important goals, you immediately recenter yourself. You align your daily actions with your long-term vision. It's like recalibrating your compass every morning, ensuring that you're always heading in the right direction, rather than drifting aimlessly or being pulled off course by minor distractions. You become more intentional with your time and energy, directing them towards what will genuinely move you closer to your desired future. Some might say, "But I already know my goals. Why do I need to write them down every day?" And to that, I ask, how many truly successful people do you know who operate solely on vague, unwritten intentions? The truly ambitious, the truly accomplished, understand the power of written clarity and daily reinforcement. It's not about a lack of memory, it's about a surplus of commitment and focus. It's about continually embedding those aspirations into your psyche, strengthening their pull, and making them an undeniable force in your daily decision-making. This habit also helps you refine your goals over time. As you write them daily, you might find that some goals evolve, some become less important, and new ones emerge. The process of daily review allows for this natural evolution, ensuring that your goals always remain relevant and resonant with who you are becoming. It's a dynamic process, not a static declaration. You are constantly updating your life's mission statement, keeping it fresh and aligned with your expanding vision. This iterative process prevents stagnation and encourages continuous growth. Consider the psychological impact. When you consistently write down your goals, you are essentially making a daily promise to yourself. And honoring those promises builds self-trust and confidence. Each time you write a goal, you are affirming your belief in your ability to achieve it. This positive self-reinforcement is crucial for overcoming doubt and maintaining motivation, especially when facing challenges. You're building an internal narrative of capability and determination, one goal at a time. Moreover, writing down your goals helps you to filter out distractions. When you know precisely what you're aiming for, it becomes easier to say no to things that don't align with your objectives. You develop a clearer sense of priority, allowing you to invest your time and energy more wisely. It's like having a powerful filter that allows only relevant information and opportunities to pass through, keeping your focus sharp and your efforts concentrated. This selective attention is a superpower in a world full of noise and constant demands. So this isn't just about a simple act of writing. It's a profound commitment to self-direction, a daily ritual that transforms vague desires into concrete intentions, and fleeting thoughts into tangible. It's about taking ownership of your future, one beautifully written goal at a time. Embrace this habit and watch how your aspirations begin to crystallize, how your actions become more purposeful, and how the path to your desired future becomes clearer and more attainable with each passing day. You are not just writing words. You are writing your destiny, inscribing it with intention, and giving it the power to come alive. This simple yet powerful practice is a consistent declaration of your commitment to yourself and to the future you are determined to create. It is a testament to the power of deliberate thought and focused action. Let's now consider the profound and often underestimated habit of practicing daily gratitude. This isn't about some superficial utterance of thank you or a polite nod. It's about cultivating a deep, genuine appreciation for the simple, often overlooked aspects of your life, the profound blessings that are constantly present, even amidst challenges. Many people walk through their days focusing on what's missing, on what they don't have, or on what's going wrong. They allow their minds to become magnets for negativity, constantly searching for flaws and imperfections. But gratitude is a powerful counterforce, a fundamental shift in perspective that has the capacity to transform your entire emotional landscape and indeed your entire experience of life. Think about it. Your mind, much like a garden, will grow whatever seeds you plant. If you constantly plant seeds of complaint, dissatisfaction, and yearning for what isn't, then that's precisely what will flourish. But if you deliberately, consistently plant seeds of gratitude, appreciation, and thankfulness, then your inner world will blossom with joy, contentment, and a profound sense of abundance. This isn't about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing where you direct your focus, consciously choosing to seek out the good, even when it's small, even when it's overshadowed by difficulties. The practice of daily gratitude is a powerful antidote to anxiety and stress. When you are genuinely focused on appreciating what you have, it becomes much harder for your mind to simultaneously dwell on worries and fears. It's like trying to feel both hot and cold at the exact same moment. One sensation tends to override the other. Gratitude floods your system with positive emotions, creating a buffer against the inevitable ups and downs of life. It's a psychological reset button, allowing you to pause, breathe, and remember the inherent goodness that exists. Many people tend to focus on the grand, spectacular achievements or possessions as reasons for gratitude. And while those are certainly worth celebrating, true sustainable gratitude comes from appreciating the ordinary, the everyday miracles that we often take for granted. The simple act of breathing, the warmth of the sun on your skin, the taste of a good meal, the sound of laughter, the comfort of a roof over your head, the ability to see, to hear, to walk. These are all profound gifts that when consciously acknowledged, can fill your heart with an immense sense of richness. It's about recognizing the inherent value in the present moment rather than constantly deferring happiness to some future event or acquisition. How do you practice daily gratitude? It can be as simple as taking a few moments each morning, or evening to consciously list 3 to 5 things you are genuinely thankful for. Don't just list them, feel the emotion of gratitude as you consider each one. It could be for a specific person, an experience, a skill you possess, a challenge you overcame, or even just the feeling of good health. The consistent repetition of this practice trains your mind to look for the positive, to notice the blessings, to identify the sources of joy that are already present in your life. You are literally reprogramming your brain to be more optimistic and appreciative. Consider the impact this has on your perspective. When you regularly engage in gratitude, your entire outlook begins to shift. Challenges no longer seem as overwhelming. Setbacks become opportunities for learning, and even difficult people can be viewed with a greater sense of patience and understanding. Gratitude broadens your perspective, allowing you to see the bigger picture and recognize the interconnectedness of things. It fosters a sense of humility and wonder, reminding you that you are part of something much larger than yourself. Moreover, practicing gratitude. When you genuinely appreciate the people in your life, your family, your friends, your colleagues, and express that appreciation, it deepens your connections and fosters a sense of warmth and mutual respect. People are drawn to those who exude positivity and appreciation. It creates a virtuous cycle. The more gratitude you express, the more reasons you often find to be grateful. It's an infectious emotion that elevates not just your own spirit, but the spirits of those around you. This isn't about ignoring the difficulties or hardships that inevitably arise. Life will always present challenges. But gratitude provides a powerful emotional and mental framework within which to face those challenges. It reminds you of your inner resources, of the support systems you have, and of the inherent goodness that still exists, even in the midst of adversity. It's like having a compass that always points you towards hope and resilience. Even when the fog of difficulty rolls in, the consistent cultivation of gratitude transforms your internal state from one of scarcity and longing to one of abundance and contentment. You begin to realize how truly rich you already are, not necessarily in material possessions, but in the experiences, the relationships, the capacities, and the opportunities that are uniquely yours. This shift from lack to abundance is fundamental to attracting more positive experiences into your life. The universe, in a sense, responds to the energy you project. So, make it a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. Take a moment, perhaps when you first wake up, or just before you go to sleep, to pause and consciously acknowledge the things you are thankful for. Feel the warmth of that appreciation spreading through you. It's a simple act, but its cumulative effect is profound. It gradually shifts your emotional baseline, elevates your mood, and instills a deep sense of peace and joy that permeates every aspect of your existence. This is not just a feel-good exercise. It is a fundamental pillar of a well-lived life, a powerful habit that will transform your outlook, your relationships, and your overall sense of fulfillment. Embrace the power of gratitude and watch how it illuminates your world with a newfound brilliance. It truly is one of the most powerful catalysts for personal transformation you can ever cultivate. Let's discuss a habit that builds the very foundation of your intellectual and personal growth: the consistent practice of reading something that truly builds your mind every single day. This isn't about skimming headlines or scrolling through social media feeds. It's about engaging with material that challenges your thinking, expands your knowledge, and offers new perspectives. Think of your mind as a garden. If you don't actively cultivate it, nourishing it with rich soil and vital nutrients, it will either lie fallow or become overgrown with weeds of distraction and trivial information. Reading, specifically, is the most potent fertilizer for mental growth. Many people say they don't have time to read, but I contend that you don't have time not to read. The world is constantly evolving. Knowledge is expanding exponentially, and if you're not continuously learning and adapting, you risk becoming stagnant, falling behind in your field, and limiting your potential. Reading is not a luxury. It's a necessity for anyone who desires to live a life of continuous improvement and profound understanding. It's a direct pathway to wisdom, a personal mentorship from the greatest minds throughout history, available to you at any time. What kind of material builds your mind? It could be biographies of remarkable individuals, philosophy that makes you question your assumptions, history that provides context, science that reveals the workings of the universe, or practical books on business, personal development, or specific skills you wish to acquire. The key is that the material should be challenging, thought-provoking, and relevant to your personal and professional aspirations. It should make you think, make you reflect, and inspire you to see the world, or yourself, in a new light. This isn't about mindless consumption, it's about deliberate, active engagement with ideas. Even a small amount of consistent reading can produce extraordinary results over time. Imagine dedicating just 10 to sensor minutes each day to reading a substantial book. That might seem insignificant on a daily basis, but over a week it's several hours. Over a month, it's dozens of hours, and over a year, you could easily read Arthur Stancer's or even worse books. Think about the cumulative knowledge, the diverse perspectives, the innovative ideas you would absorb. This consistent input slowly but surely transforms your thinking, broadens your horizons, and equips you with a richer understanding of the world and your place within it. It's the ultimate compound interest for your intellect. Consider the power of learning from the experiences of others. When you read a biography, you're essentially getting a masterclass in someone else's life, learning from their triumphs and their failures without having to endure the same struggles yourself. You gain insights into strategy, resilience, leadership, and human nature. When you read about philosophy, you're engaging with profound questions that have puzzled humanity for millennia, sharpening your critical thinking skills and helping you to clarify your own values and beliefs. When you read about history, you gain perspective, understanding the patterns of human behavior and the forces that shape societies. This collective wisdom is a treasure trove waiting to be discovered. Moreover, reading improves your ability to focus and concentrate. In an age of constant digital distraction, the act of sitting down with a book and immersing yourself in its content is a powerful exercise in mental discipline. It trains your brain to maintain attention for extended periods, a skill that is becoming increasingly rare and valuable. This enhanced focus then spills over into other areas of your life, making you more productive and effective in your work and your daily tasks. It's a workout for your brain, strengthening its capacity for deep engagement. Reading also stimulates your creativity, and when you absorb new ideas and perspectives, your mind naturally starts to connect disparate concepts, leading to fresh insights, and it expands your mental models, providing you with more tools and frameworks for understanding and navigating the world. It's like adding new colors to your artist's palette, allowing you to create richer, more complex mental pictures. The more you feed your mind with quality information, the more fertile it becomes for generating original thoughts. This habit fosters a sense of intellectual curiosity and a lifelong love of learning. It transforms you into a perpetual student, always eager to explore new subjects, to challenge your assumptions, and to expand your understanding. This kind of continuous learning is essential for personal growth and for staying relevant in a rapidly changing world. It keeps your mind agile, adaptable, and vibrant. You never run out of interesting things to learn or explore, making life a continuous adventure of discovery. So make reading a non-negotiable part of your daily rhythm. Dedicate a specific time each day, even if it's just 10 minutes, to engage with material that genuinely builds your mind. Carry a book with you, have an e-reader handy, or listen to an audiobook during your commute. The format doesn't matter as much as the consistent commitment to intellectual nourishment. This isn't about accumulating facts. It's about developing wisdom, insight, and a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. It's a habit that will profoundly enrich your inner life, elevate your conversations, and empower you to make more informed and intelligent decisions. Embrace the power of the written word, and you will unlock a vast universe of knowledge and potential within yourself. This daily ritual is a testament to your commitment to continuous self-improvement and intellectual vitality, a habit that will serve you well for all the days of your life. It is the fuel for an endlessly growing mind, a foundation for a life lived with greater wisdom and perspective. Now, let's talk about the indispensable habit of exercising to build energy and discipline. This isn't just about achieving a certain physique or fitting into a particular size. It's about the profound connection between your physical well-being and your mental acuity, your emotional resilience, and your overall capacity to perform at your best. Your body is the vessel that carries you through life. And if that vessel is neglected, if it's not maintained with care and consistent effort, then every other aspect of your life will suffer. Many people separate their physical health from their mental or professional success. But in reality, they are inextricably linked. Think of your body as a finely tuned machine. If you don't put in the right fuel, if you don't perform regular maintenance, if you don't engage its moving parts, it will inevitably break down, become sluggish, and lose its efficiency. Regular exercise is the essential maintenance, the high-octane fuel, and the necessary movement that keeps your machine running optimally. It's an investment in your physical capital that pays enormous dividends across all areas of your life. You're not just moving your body, you're building a stronger, more capable you, inside and out. The most immediate benefit of consistent exercise is the surge of energy it provides. It might seem counterintuitive to expend energy to gain energy, but it's a well-established physiological truth. When you exercise, you improve your cardiovascular health, increase your endurance, and enhance your body's ability to deliver oxygen and nutrients to your cells. This results in a natural, sustained boost in energy levels throughout your day, eliminating the mid-afternoon slumps and the reliance on artificial stimulants. You feel more alive, more vibrant, and more ready to tackle challenges. This isn't just about physical energy, but a mental and emotional vitality that permeates your entire being. Beyond the physical exercise is a powerful builder of discipline. Showing up for your workout even when you don't feel like it, even when the weather is bad, even when you're tired, is an act of self-mastery. It's a commitment to yourself, a promise kept through effort and determination. Each time you push through a challenging set, complete an extra mile, or maintain consistency, you are strengthening your mental fortitude. This discipline, forged in the gym or on the running path, spills over into every other area of your life. It makes it easier to stick to your goals, to resist procrastination, and to maintain focus on important tasks. You are training your willpower, making it a more robust and reliable force in your daily choices. Consider the impact on your mental health. Exercise is a potent stress reliever, a natural mood enhancer, and a powerful tool for managing anxiety and depression. Physical activity releases endorphins, those natural feel-good chemicals that elevate your mood and provide a sense of well-being. It offers a productive outlet for pent-up stress and frustration, allowing you to clear your head and gain perspective. A good workout can be like a mental reset, providing clarity and calm amidst the chaos of life. It's a fundamental self-care practice that nourishes your mind as much as it strengthens your body. Regular exercise also improves your cognition. It enhances blood flow to the brain, which can lead to better memory, increased focus, and sharper problem-solving skills. It's like sharpening a dull pencil. Your mind becomes more precise and effective. Many successful thinkers and entrepreneurs incorporate physical activity into their daily routines, precisely because they understand its critical role in maintaining peak mental performance. You're not just building muscle, you're building brain power. Furthermore, committing to exercise forces you to prioritize your health, which is a fundamental aspect of taking bite responsibility for your life. It means carving out dedicated time, making conscious food choices to fuel your body, and listening to your body's signals. This consistent attention to your physical well-being ensures that you have the stamina, the resilience, and the vitality to pursue your goals with sustained effort and enthusiasm. You are investing in your long-term capacity, ensuring that you have the physical resources to make your dreams a reality. The type of exercise isn't as important as the consistency and the commitment. Whether it's lifting weights, running, swimming, cycling, yoga, or even brisk walking, find an activity that you genuinely enjoy and that you can sustain over time. The key is to make it a non-negotiable part of your daily or almost daily routine. Much like brushing your teeth, it shouldn't be something you do only when you feel like it. but something you commit to, regardless of your immediate mood or motivation. This is where the discipline truly comes into play. So make the conscious decision to integrate regular exercise into your life. Understand that it's not a burden, it's an empowering habit that will elevate your energy, strengthen your discipline, enhance your mental clarity, and improve your overall. Now, let's continue this journey of building a life of intention and achievement and focus on another habit that, while seemingly simple, holds immense power. The practice of planning tomorrow before you sleep tonight. This isn't just about making a mental note of a few things. It's about a deliberate, focused act of charting your course for the next day, setting your intentions, and anticipating potential challenges. Most people drift into tomorrow, letting the day unfold chaotically, reacting to whatever comes their way. But the truly effective individuals, the ones who seem to accomplish more with less stress, they understand the profound leverage gained by strategically preparing for the future, even if that future is just a few hours away. Think of it like this. If you were embarking on a significant journey, you wouldn't just hop in the car and hope for the best, would you? You'd check your map, plan your route, pack your essentials, and ensure your vehicle is ready. Your day is a journey, and planning it the night before is your way of preparing the map, packing your mental toolkit, and ensuring your mind is primed for success. It eliminates guesswork, reduces decision fatigue, and sets a clear direction from the moment you wake up. You are essentially pre-paving your path to productivity, making it smoother and more efficient. When you take the time to plan your tomorrow tonight, you are performing a powerful mental download. You're taking all the swirling thoughts, tasks, and appointments from your head and transferring them onto paper or into a digital planner. This act alone is incredibly liberating. It frees your mind from the burden of constantly trying to remember everything, allowing you to relax more fully in the evening and experience a more restorative sleep. Your subconscious mind can then work on solutions and organization while you rest, rather than being constantly on alert. You wake up with a clearer head, less mental clutter, and a ready-made roadmap for the hours ahead. What does this planning entail? It means identifying your most important tasks for the next day, the ones that will genuinely move you closer to your significant goals. Not just a long list of everything you could do, but a focused selection of the vital few things that must be done. Prioritization is key. Ask yourself, if I could only accomplish 3 things tomorrow, what would they be? Then order them. This forces clarity and prevents you from getting bogged down in less impactful activities. You are making conscious decisions about how you will invest your most precious resource, your time and energy, before the day even begins to demand them. Beyond identifying tasks, it also involves mentally walking through your day. What meetings do you have? What appointments? What transitions between activities? Are there any potential bottlenecks or obstacles you can anticipate and prepare for? This mental rehearsal allows you to troubleshoot in advance, to gather any necessary materials, or to mentally prepare for challenging conversations. It's like a dress rehearsal for your day, allowing you to iron out wrinkles before the curtain rises. This proactive problem solving saves you precious time and reduces stress when those moments actually arrive. This habit also serves as a powerful end-of-day ritual. Instead of simply collapsing at the end of a long day, you close it with a sense of completion and control. You review what you accomplished today, acknowledge your progress, and then consciously shift your focus to preparing for tomorrow. This creates a psychological boundary between your work life and your personal life, allowing you to fully disengage and recharge. It prevents the nagging feeling of unfinished business from carrying over into your evening. Ensuring a more peaceful and fulfilling downtime. Consider the cumulative effect of this daily planning. Over weeks, months, and years, you become incredibly efficient, purposeful, and effective. You stop wasting time on indecision or getting sidetracked by distractions. You develop a clearer sense of your priorities and a stronger ability to execute on them. This isn't just about productivity, it's about intentional living. You are deliberately shaping your days rather than letting them be shaped by external forces or random occurrences. You become the sculptor of your time rather than merely a recipient of it. Many people resist planning because they fear rigidity or they feel that life is too unpredictable. And yes, things will inevitably come up that disrupt your plans. But a good plan isn't meant to be unbreakable. It's meant to be a guide. It provides a default path, a starting point from which you can adapt and adjust as needed. Having a plan, even if it gets altered, is infinitely better than having no plan at all. So, it gives you a framework, a reference point for making intelligent decisions on the fly. You're not rigidly sticking to a script, but rather navigating with a well-thought-out map. This habit also strengthens your self-discipline. It requires a conscious effort at the end of a potentially tiring day to sit down and focus on the future. But each time you do it, you reinforce your commitment to intentional living and self-management. It's another small victory, another piece of evidence that you are serious about directing your own life. And these small, consistent acts of discipline build into a powerful internal force that propels you towards greater achievements. You are training yourself to be proactive, to think ahead, and to take control. So, make it a non-negotiable part of your evening routine. Before you completely wind down, take several minutes to plan your tomorrow. Identify your key tasks, mentally walk through your schedule, and prepare yourself for what lies ahead. You will experience a profound reduction in stress, a significant increase in your productivity, and a greater sense of control over your days. This isn't just about being busy. It's about being effective, about directing your energy with purpose, and about living a life that is truly aligned with your deepest aspirations. Plan your tomorrow tonight, and you will unlock a powerful level of focus, accomplishment, and peace of mind that will carry you far in your journey. This habit transforms chaotic mornings into purposeful starts and sets the stage for days filled with meaningful progress. It's a testament to the power of deliberate action and foresight. Now, let's explore a deeply enriching habit that often gets overlooked in our fast-paced world: learning the power of daily reflection. This isn't about navel-gazing or endless self-critique. It's about carving out a specific time, even a brief one, to consciously review your day, extract its lessons, and integrate them into your growth journey. Most people rush from one day to the next, never truly processing their experiences, never pausing to ask themselves what worked, what didn't, and why. But the ability to reflect, to truly examine your actions and their outcomes, is a distinguishing mark of individuals who are committed to continuous improvement and profound self-understanding. Think of reflection as a form of intellectual and emotional digestion. You consume experiences, ideas, and interactions throughout the day. If you don't take the time to process them, to break them down, to absorb their nutrients, then much of their value simply passes through you, unutilized. Daily reflection is the act of consciously extracting the wisdom from your daily experiences, turning raw data into valuable insights that can inform your future choices and accelerate your personal evolution. It's like taking stock of your inventory each evening, not just to count what's there, but to understand its value and how it contributes to your overall wealth. Why is daily reflection so powerful? Firstly, it fosters self-awareness. When you regularly review your actions, your reactions, your thoughts, and your feelings, you begin to identify patterns. You notice what triggers certain emotions, what leads to productive outcomes, and what contributes to setbacks. This deeper understanding of yourself it allows you to become a more conscious participant in your own life, rather than being passively driven by unconscious habits or impulses. You become more attuned to your inner workings, gaining greater control over your responses and your overall emotional landscape. Secondly, reflection is the engine of learning. As the saying goes, experience is not the best teacher. Evaluated experience is. Simply going through something doesn't guarantee learning It's the conscious act of examining that experience, asking critical questions about it, and drawing conclusions that truly transforms it into wisdom. During your daily reflection, you might ask yourself, what went well today? What challenges did I face, and how did I respond? What did I learn about myself or others? What could I have done differently? What am I grateful for? These simple questions unlock profound insights and accelerate your growth trajectory. Consider the practical benefits. By reflecting on what worked, you can intentionally replicate those successes. By reflecting on what didn't work, you can avoid repeating the same mistakes. This iterative process of action, reflection, and adjustment is the core mechanism of all effective learning and improvement. It's like a feedback loop that constantly refines your approach, making you smarter, more efficient, and more effective with each passing day. You are constantly optimizing your performance by learning from your own living laboratory. Many people are uncomfortable with reflection because it sometimes means confronting uncomfortable truths about themselves or their actions. It might mean acknowledging a mistake, recognizing a missed opportunity, or confronting a character flaw. But this is precisely where growth happens. True growth requires an honest assessment of reality, even when that reality is less than flattering. Reflections provides a safe space for this honest introspection, allowing you to face your shortcomings with courage and a commitment to improvement rather than shame or denial. It's a brave act of self-confrontation that ultimately leads to greater authenticity and strength. How do you incorporate daily reflection? It doesn't require a long, arduous process. Even waft-to-shore minutes at the end of your day can be profoundly impactful. You could use a journal to write down your thoughts or simply sit in quiet contemplation. Some people find it useful to ask themselves a few consistent questions each day to guide their reflection. Key is consistent intentionality. Make it a sacred time, a non-negotiable pause before you transition into rest, allowing your mind to process and consolidate the day's events. This habit also significantly enhances your emotional intelligence. By regularly examining your feelings and reactions, you develop a greater capacity to understand and manage your emotions. You learn to identify the root causes of frustration, anger, or sadness, and you can then develop more constructive ways of dealing with them. This emotional mastery is crucial for building strong relationships, navigating conflict, and maintaining inner peace. You become the conscious observer of your internal world, rather than being swept away by its currents. Moreover, daily reflection deepens your sense of gratitude and appreciation. As you review your day, you often notice blessings or positive experiences that might have otherwise gone unacknowledged. This reinforces a positive mindset, helping you to see the good that exists even amidst challenges. It connects back to the power of gratitude, intertwining these two vital habits into a powerful force for well-being. You become more attuned to the richness of your life, fostering a deeper sense of contentment and joy. So, make the conscious commitment to learn the power of daily reflection. Dedicate a short, consistent period each day to review, learn, and grow from your experiences. It's a quiet but immensely powerful habit that will accelerate your personal development, enhance your self-awareness, sharpen your decision-making, and deepen your understanding of life itself. You are not just living your days, you are learning from them, building a foundation of wisdom and insight that will serve you throughout your entire journey. Embrace this invaluable practice, and you will transform your experiences into a profound wellspring of personal growth. It is the bridge between experience and wisdom, a habit that makes every single day a profound lesson. Now, let's dive into a habit that is absolutely crucial for building a life of abundance and achieving your financial aspirations. The practice of saving and investing before you spend. This isn't some complex financial strategy reserved for experts. It's a fundamental principle, a simple yet profoundly powerful habit that, when consistently applied, can transform your financial future. Most people operate on a spend-it-first mentality. They earn their money, pay their bills, spend on immediate desires, and then if there's anything left over, which often there isn't, they might save a little. But the truly wealthy, the financially secure, they flip that equation entirely. They understand the power of paying themselves first. Think about the implications of the spend first approach. It leaves your financial well-being to chance, to whatever is left, after all other demands have been met. It essentially prioritizes immediate gratification and external demands over your long-term security and future opportunities. It's like building a house without laying a proper foundation. It might stand for a while, but it's inherently unstable and vulnerable to collapse. You are leaving your financial destiny to the whims of your spending habits, rather than taking deliberate, proactive control. The habit of saving and investing before you spend means that when your income arrives, the very first allocation of that money goes directly into your savings and investment accounts. It's a non-negotiable expense, treated with the same importance as your rent or mortgage payment. You literally pay your future self first. This immediate transfer ensures that your long-term financial goals are prioritized, making consistent progress towards building wealth an automatic process rather than a hopeful aspiration. It turns saving from an afterthought into a deliberate, foundational action. Why is this so powerful? Firstly, it leverages the incredible force of compound interest. Money saved and invested early has more time to grow, to earn returns on its returns, accumulating wealth exponentially over time. Even small, consistent contributions made early can vastly outperform much larger contributions made later in life, simply because of the power of compounding. It's often called the eighth wonder of the world, and it's a force that works for you when you commit to this habit. You're putting your money to work, making it an active participant in building your financial future, but rather than letting it sit idle or dissipate through consumption. Secondly, it builds financial discipline. When you commit to saving and investing a set amount or percentage of your income as soon as you receive it, you train yourself to live within your means, even if those means are slightly reduced by your savings. You learn to make your remaining income stretch, to make conscious spending choices, and to differentiate between needs and wants. This discipline is invaluable for long-term financial health, preventing impulsive spending and fostering a mindful approach to your money. It's a constant exercise in self-control, strengthening your ability to delay gratification for greater future rewards. Consider the psychological impact. When you consistently save and invest, you build a sense of financial security and confidence. You know that you are actively building a safety net and a future for yourself, which reduces stress and anxiety about money. This peace of mind allows you to focus more clearly on other areas of your life, knowing that your financial foundation is being steadily strengthened. Is a significant burden, freeing up mental and emotional energy that can then be directed towards your passions and goals. You're not just accumulating money, you're accumulating freedom and peace. This habit also creates as your savings and investments grow, you gain the financial flexibility to seize unexpected opportunities. A new business venture, a real estate investment, an educational program, or even the ability to take a calculated risk that could lead to significant growth. You move from a position of always being behind to a position of readiness, prepared to act when the right moment arises. Money, in this context, becomes a tool for empowerment, enabling you to live a life of choice rather than constraint. Many people think they need to earn a lot of money before they can start saving and investing. But the truth is, the habit of saving and investing is far more important than the initial amount. Even starting with a small percentage of your income consistently will yield remarkable results over time. It's the regularity, the commitment, and the discipline that truly matter. It's not about how much you earn, but how much you keep and how wisely you invest what you keep. The size of the seed matters less than the consistency of its planting and watering. So make the conscious decision today to implement the habit of saving and investing before you spend. So set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings or investment account the moment your paycheck arrives. Start with a percentage that feels manageable, even if it's small, and then gradually increase it over time as your income grows or as you become more financially disciplined. This isn't just about accumulating money. It's about building financial freedom, securing your future, and empowering yourself to live a life of greater choice and opportunity. Pay yourself first, always, and watch how your financial landscape transforms from one of scarcity to one of abundance. This habit is a fundamental act of self-love and self-respect, ensuring that your future self is well cared for. It's a habit that changes everything about your relationship with money and its potential. Now, let's address a critical habit for anyone who truly desires to make progress and achieve their goals. Taking action without waiting for motivation. This isn't about ignoring your feelings or pretending that enthusiasm isn't helpful. It's about understanding that motivation is often a byproduct of action, not a prerequisite for it. Many people fall into the trap of waiting for inspiration to strike, waiting for that burst of energy and excitement before they begin working on important tasks. But life doesn't always deliver those feelings on demand. The truly successful individuals, the ones who get things done, they operate on a different principle. They act, and the motivation often follows. Think about it. How many times have you waited to feel like exercising or making that difficult phone call or starting that challenging project? And how often did that feeling magically appear? More often than not, the waiting leads to procrastination, to missed opportunities, and to a lingering sense of guilt or regret. The idea that you must be motivated to act is a pervasive myth that often paralyzes people, keeping them stuck in inertia. It implies that your progress is at the mercy of your emotional state, rather than being driven by your commitment and discipline. The truth is, motivation is often generated through the act of doing. When you take the first step, even a small one, you create momentum. That momentum then generates a sense of accomplishment, a spark of energy, and often the very motivation you were waiting for. It's a powerful feedback loop. Action leads to progress, progress leads to motivation, and motivation fuels further action. You don't wait for the engine to start itself. You turn the key, push the accelerator, and then the engine roars to life. Consider the times you forced yourself to start a task you dreaded. Perhaps it was a difficult email, a tedious report, or a workout you weren't in the mood for. What often happens once you begin? The initial resistance starts to fade. You get into a rhythm, you might even find a flow, and suddenly, the task doesn't seem as daunting as it did before. The satisfaction of making progress, of simply getting started, can be a powerful motivator in itself. This isn't about brute force, it's about initiating the process, even when the initial pull isn't there. This habit also builds incredible resilience and self-trust. When you consistently act, even when you don't feel like it, you prove to yourself that you are capable of overcoming internal resistance. You develop a deeper confidence in your ability to follow through on your commitments, regardless of your fleeting emotional states. This internal strength is invaluable for navigating the inevitable challenges and setbacks that life presents. You become reliable to yourself, and that reliability is a cornerstone of all genuine accomplishment. Many people confuse motivation with inspiration. Inspiration is a wonderful catalyst, a powerful initial spark. But motivation, in its truest form, is the sustained drive to act, which often arises from consistent effort and tangible progress. You can't always control when inspiration strikes, but you can always control your decision to take the next step. It's about being pragmatic, understanding that sometimes you just have to start and trust that the feeling will catch up. How do you cultivate this habit? Start by breaking down large tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. When a task feels overwhelming, the motivation to start can be elusive. But if you focus on just taking the very first smallest step, whether it's opening the relevant document, putting on your workout clothes, or making a list of points for that difficult conversation, it becomes much easier to initiate action. The barrier to entry is lowered, making it less intimidating to begin. Secondly, create clear routines and commitments. When you have a set time and place for certain activities, You reduce the need to rely on motivation. Your actions become automatic, driven by habit and schedule rather than by fleeting feelings. This is why habits like waking up early or exercising consistently are so powerful. They bypass the need for daily motivational battles by establishing a default behavior. You are building systems that support action even when enthusiasm wanes. This habit also teaches you the power of immediate action. When an important task comes to mind or an opportunity presents itself, train yourself to act on it as quickly as possible, even if it's just to initiate the very first step. The longer you wait, the more time your mind has to conjure up excuses, fears, and reasons for procrastination. By acting immediately, you bypass that internal resistance and harness the initial impulse. It's about striking while the iron is hot, or even just warming up the iron so you can strike. So make the conscious decision to take action without waiting for motivation. Understand that the feeling of wanting to do something will often arise as a result of doing it, not before. This isn't about being a robot, it's about being effective. It's about prioritizing your goals and your progress over your immediate comfort or emotional state. Embrace this powerful habit and you will unlock an incredible capacity for consistent achievement, building momentum and generating the very motivation you once thought you needed to wait for. Your future self will thank you for taking that crucial first step, regardless of how you felt about it at the time. This habit transforms you from a dreamer into a doer, a person who creates their own drive and pushes their own progress. It is the ultimate antidote to procrastination and a fundamental key to consistent success. Now, let's delve into a habit that distinguishes those who truly grow from those who remain stagnant, learning from failures instead of fearing them. This isn't about celebrating mistakes or seeking out setbacks. It's about a profound shift in perspective, recognizing that failure isn't the opposite of success, but an integral part of the path to it. Many people live in constant dread of failure. They avoid risks, they play it safe, they shy away from challenges, all because they want to avoid the sting of not succeeding. But by doing so, they also avoid the very lessons and experiences that lead to true mastery and innovation. Think about it. Every genuinely successful individual, every innovator, every leader, every artist who has left a lasting mark on the world has a long history of attempts that didn't work out as planned. They stumbled, they fell, they made missteps, they faced rejection. But what differentiated them wasn't the absence of failure, but their unique and powerful response to it. They didn't view failure as a definitive ending, but as valuable information, as a temporary detour, as a lesson learned on the path to their ultimate destination. They understood that each failure brought them one step closer to figuring out what truly works. The fear of failure is a paralyzing force. It keeps people from taking calculated risks, from pursuing ambitious goals, and from stepping outside their comfort zones. So, it encourages mediocrity, because striving for anything exceptional inherently involves the possibility of not achieving it. But if you can reframe failure, if you can consciously choose to see it not as a condemnation, but as critical feedback, then its power over you diminishes significantly. You transform a potential source of defeat into a powerful catalyst for learning and growth. What does it mean to learn from failures? It means engaging in honest self-assessment when things don't go as planned. It means asking, what exactly went wrong here? What were the contributing factors? What could I have done differently? What new information have I gained? What insights can I extract from this experience? It's about dissecting the outcome with an objective, analytical mind, rather than letting emotion or self-blame take over. You are acting as a scientist, meticulously examining the data to refine your hypothesis for the next experiment. Consider the rich data that failure provides. Success can sometimes mask underlying inefficiencies or vulnerabilities. When things go well, it's easy to assume everything was perfect. But failure in its stark reality highlights the weaknesses, the miscalculations, the areas where your understanding or execution fell short. It points directly to where improvement is needed, offering invaluable guidance that success often doesn't. It's like a compass that tells you not where to go, but where not to go, narrowing down your path towards the correct direction. This habit also builds incredible resilience. When you consistently face setbacks and learn to recover from them, you develop a robust internal fortitude. You learn that you can withstand adversity, that a temporary defeat doesn't define you, and that you possess the capacity to pick yourself up, adjust your approach, and try again. This resilience is a fundamental trait of anyone who achieves significant lasting success. It's the ability to bounce back, stronger and wiser after every stumble. You become less fragile, more robust, and more confident in your ability to navigate the unpredictable terrain of life. Many people treat failure as a personal attack, a blow to their ego. But if you can separate your identity from the outcome, if you can view the failure as an event rather than a definitive statement about your worth, then you unlock immense learning potential. It's not "I am a failure," it's "this attempt failed, and now I have new information." This subtle shift in language and perspective is profoundly empowering, allowing you to learn from the experience without damaging your self-esteem. How do you cultivate this habit? Firstly, by accepting that failure is an unavoidable part of any ambitious endeavor. If you're not failing occasionally, you're likely not pushing yourself hard enough, not taking enough risks, and not growing at your full potential. Secondly, by consciously adopting a growth mindset, believing that your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work, and that setbacks are opportunities for learning, not indicators of fixed limitations. Thirdly, by practicing objective self-assessment after every attempt, successful or not, always asking, what insights can be gained? So, make the conscious decision to reframe your relationship with failure. Stop fearing it and start learning from it. And I said, embrace the reality that every misstep, every attempt that doesn't yield the desired result is a valuable data point, a stepping stone on your path to mastery. This isn't about encouraging recklessness. It's about fostering courage, resilience, and a relentless pursuit of improvement. By transforming your fear of failure into a hunger for its lessons, you will unlock an incredible capacity for growth, innovation, and ultimately profound success in every area of your life. This habit changes your mindset from avoidance to active engagement, turning every stumble into a step forward. It is the fuel for true progress and the secret ingredient in the journey of every accomplished individual. Now let's talk about a habit that significantly impacts your potential for growth and achievement. Surrounding yourself with people who inspire growth. This isn't about being elitist or abandoning old friends. It's about a conscious, strategic decision to curate your personal environment, recognizing that the people you spend the most time with profoundly influence your thinking, your attitudes, and ultimately, your trajectory in life. Many people allow their social circles to be dictated by proximity or passive association, never realizing the immense power of intentional connection. But truly successful individuals understand that their environment, particularly their human environment, is a critical component of their success. Think about the old adage, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. While it might not be a precise mathematical formula, the underlying truth is undeniable. The conversations you have, the ideas you're exposed to, the aspirations you hear, the problems people complain about, the standards people hold themselves to, all of these subtly yet powerfully shape your own internal landscape. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, by small thinking, by people who resist change and complain about their circumstances, it's incredibly difficult to maintain a positive outlook, to think big, or to strive for ambitious goals. Their energy becomes your energy. Their limitations become your limitations. Conversely, imagine surrounding yourself with individuals who are actively striving for more, who are passionate about their pursuits, who celebrate your successes, and offer constructive feedback during your challenges. Imagine being in conversations where new ideas are explored, where possibilities are discussed, and where personal growth is valued. This kind of environment acts as a powerful catalyst. It elevates your thinking, stretches your perspective, and inspires you to push beyond your perceived limits. Their drive becomes contagious, their insights become your lessons, and their support becomes your strength. What does it mean to surround yourself with people who inspire growth? It means actively seeking out individuals who embody qualities you admire, who are achieving things you aspire to, or who possess knowledge and perspectives that can enrich your own. This could be mentors, colleagues in your field, members of a mastermind group, or even just friends who consistently challenge you in a positive way. It's about being intentional about the energy and influence you allow into your inner circle. This isn't about discarding people who are not successful by conventional metrics. It's about recognizing that some relationships are draining, some conversations are limiting, and some influences pull you down rather than lift you up. You have a responsibility to guard your own mental and emotional space. And sometimes that means setting boundaries or reducing the amount of time you spend with individuals whose energy or mindset is not conducive to your growth. This is an act of self-preservation and self-respect, not selfishness. Consider the practice. When you're surrounded by growth-oriented individuals, you gain access to a wealth of knowledge and experience. You learn from their mistakes and their triumphs. You get different perspectives on challenges. You're exposed to new ideas and strategies that you might not have discovered on your own. This collective intelligence and shared wisdom significantly accelerates your learning curve and broadens your understanding of possibilities. It's like having a diverse and highly competent advisory board for your life. Moreover, a supportive and inspiring circle provides accountability and encouragement. When you share your goals with people who believe in you and are also striving for their own growth, they become natural cheerleaders and gentle nudges. They celebrate your progress and help you stay on track when you falter. This kind of positive accountability is invaluable for maintaining momentum and pushing through difficult periods. You're not just striving for yourself, you're part of a community that encourages collective elevation. This habit also challenges your own comfort zone. When you're around people who are pushing their boundaries, it naturally inspires you to do the same. You see what's possible, you witness their resilience, and it makes your own aspirations seem more attainable. It breaks down the self-imposed limitations that can hold you back. You realize that if they can achieve great things, so can you, perhaps even more. This exposure to high standards and ambitious thinking elevates your own expectations for yourself. So, make the conscious effort to evaluate your inner circle. Are the people you spend the most time with lifting you up, challenging you, and inspiring you to grow, or are they inadvertently holding you back? Be proactive in seeking out new connections, joining groups or communities that align with your aspirations, and nurturing relationships with individuals who embody the qualities you wish to cultivate in yourself. This isn't about being transactional. It's about forming genuine connections with people who share a common commitment to living a life of purpose and continuous improvement. Embrace the power of your human environment, and you will find that your path to growth becomes not only faster, but also far more enjoyable and fulfilling. The right company can be a powerful tailwind for your journey, carrying you further and higher than you could ever go alone. It is an investment in your future self and a profound act of self-leadership. Let's now focus on a habit that is becoming increasingly vital in our hyper-connected, constantly stimulated world, limiting distractions and guarding your focus. This isn't about asceticism or withdrawing from all engagement. It's about a conscious, deliberate strategy to protect your most valuable asset, your attention, from the relentless barrage of interruptions that constantly compete for it. Most people allow their focus to be fragmented, constantly toggling between tasks, notifications, and irrelevant information. But the ability to concentrate deeply, to direct your full mental energy towards a single important task, is a superpower in today's environment, a distinguishing characteristic of those who achieve significant results. Think of your focus like a spotlight. If that spotlight is constantly darting around, illuminating a dozen different things for a fleeting moment each, then nothing ever receives the full, sustained illumination needed to truly stand out. But if you can direct that spotlight with precision, holding it steady on one critical area, then you can bring clarity, depth, and intensive energy to whatever you are working on. This sustained, concentrated attention is what allows for deep work, for innovative thinking, and for the efficient completion of complex tasks. You are deliberately choosing where to aim your mental energy rather than allowing it to be scattered by external forces. Why is guarding your focus so critical? Firstly, continuous distraction fragments your attention, making it incredibly difficult to engage in deep thinking or creative problem solving. Every time you switch tasks or respond to a notification, your brain incurs a cost. It takes time and energy to reorient itself to get back into the flow of what you were doing. These micro-interruptions add up, significantly reducing your overall productivity and the quality of your work. You end up feeling busy, but not necessarily productive, like a hamster on a wheel, expending a lot of energy, but not really going anywhere. Secondly, constant distraction erodes your capacity for sustained concentration over time. If you're always jumping from one thing to another, your brain gets conditioned to superficial engagement. It loses its ability to hold a thought, to delve into complexity, or to sit with a challenge until a solution emerges. This diminishes your intellectual muscle, making you less effective in any task that requires sustained mental effort. You are literally weakening your mental endurance by constantly allowing interruptions. What does it mean to limit distractions and guard your focus? It means taking proactive steps to create an environment, both physical and digital, that supports deep work. This could involve turning off notifications on your phone and computer, closing unnecessary tabs on your browser, setting specific times for checking email, or even physically removing yourself to a quieter space when you need to concentrate. It's about designing your surroundings to be conducive to focus, rather than passively accepting whatever barrage of information comes your way. Consider the discipline required. In an age where digital devices are constantly vying for your attention, choosing to intentionally disconnect, even for short periods, is an act of profound self-mastery. It's a conscious decision to prioritize your goals over immediate gratification, your productivity over passive consumption. Each time you resist the urge to check your phone or respond to an alert when you're engaged in important work, you are strengthening your internal willpower and reinforcing your commitment to intentional living. You are training yourself to be the master of your attention rather than its servant. Many people feel a compulsion to respond immediately to every ping or alert. They fear missing out, or they believe they must be constantly available. But in reality, very few things genuinely require immediate attention. Most communications can wait an hour or two, or even a full workday, without dire consequences. By batching your responses, by dedicating specific times to communication, you reclaim large blocks of uninterrupted time that can then be devoted to your most important, high-impact work. This creates a rhythm of deep focus, followed by periods of communication, maximizing both efficiency and effectiveness. This habit also fosters greater creativity and problem-solving abilities. When your mind is allowed to wander, to connect ideas without constant interruption, it enters a state conducive to insight and innovation. Many great breakthroughs happen when the mind is allowed to process information deeply, without the constant noise of external demands. By creating space for uninterrupted thought, you are nurturing the conditions for your own genius to emerge. You are giving your mind the room it needs to breathe, to explore, and to create. So, make the conscious commitment to limit distractions and guard your focus with unwavering determination. Understand that your attention is a finite and incredibly valuable resource. Treat it as such. Implement strategies to minimize interruptions, create environments that support deep work, and practice the discipline of single tasking. You will discover an incredible increase in your productivity, a deeper sense of accomplishment, and a greater capacity for creative and critical thinking. This isn't just about getting more done, it's about doing higher quality work with less stress and with a greater sense of purpose. Guard your focus fiercely, and you will unlock a powerful level of personal effectiveness that will profoundly impact every aspect of your life. This habit is the shield against the noise of the world, allowing your true work to emerge with clarity and power. Let's now discuss a habit that is the bedrock of all lasting achievement and personal transformation: staying consistent even when it gets hard. This isn't about being flawless or never experiencing a setback. It's about the unwavering commitment to keep showing up, to keep putting in the effort, day after day, regardless of how you feel, how challenging the circumstances, or how distant the ultimate reward seems. Many people are eager to start new ventures, to adopt new habits, or to pursue ambitious goals. But when the initial excitement fades, when difficulties arise, or when progress feels slow, they quickly lose steam and abandon their efforts. But the truly successful individuals, the ones who eventually achieve extraordinary things, they understand the non-negotiable power of consistency, particularly when the going gets tough. Think about the profound difference between sporadic bursts of effort and consistent, steady application. A single powerful stroke of a hammer might not drive a nail into a piece of wood, but hundreds of lighter, consistent taps will surely do the job. A single intense workout won't transform your physique, but consistent, moderate exercise over time will. A single day of focused effort won't build a business, but consistent, diligent work over months and years will. It is the accumulation of small, consistent actions that creates monumental results. The magic isn't in the intensity of any single action, but in the relentless consistency of the effort. Why is consistency so crucial, especially when it gets hard? Firstly, because progress is rarely linear. There will be days when you feel energetic and productive, and days when you feel sluggish and uninspired. There will be periods of rapid advancement and periods of frustrating plateaus. If your commitment is conditional on feeling good or seeing immediate results, you will inevitably falter during the difficult phases. Consistency, however, means showing up regardless of these fluctuations. It means trusting the process, understanding that even when you don't feel like it, even when the immediate reward isn't apparent, the consistent effort is still accumulating, still contributing to your long-term goals. It's like putting money in the bank. You don't see the interest grow significantly each day, but you trust that over time, the consistent deposits will lead to substantial wealth. Secondly, consistency builds resilience and mental toughness. Each time you push through resistance, each time you choose to take action, despite a lack of motivation or external difficulty, you strengthen your internal resolve. You prove to yourself that you are capable of enduring, that your commitment is stronger than your temporary feelings or the challenges you face. This internal fortitude is an invaluable asset, not just for achieving your specific goals, but for navigating all the inevitable ups and downs of life. You become someone who finishes what they start, someone who can be counted on, especially by yourself. This self-reliance is a profound source of inner strength. Consider the cumulative effect of consistent effort. Imagine working on a skill, learning a new language, or building a business. Each day you add a small piece to the puzzle. You learn a new word. You make one more call. You write one more paragraph. Individually, these actions might seem insignificant, but over weeks, months, and years, they compound into expertise, fluency, and significant achievement. It's the relentless accumulation of small, deliberate efforts that leads to mastery. The grand accomplishments are merely the visible outcome of an invisible, consistent process that has been happening behind the scenes for a long time. Many people for consistency. They might work with tremendous fervor for a short period, burn out, and then quit. But true progress is made by those who can sustain a reasonable level of effort over an extended duration. It's not about being a sprinter, it's about being a marathon runner. It's about finding a pace that is sustainable, even when the terrain gets rocky, and committing to maintaining that pace, one step at a time. The tortoise, in the end, wins the race, not by being faster, but by being relentlessly consistent. This habit also fosters a deeper sense of self-trust and integrity. When you consistently follow through on your commitments to yourself, you build a powerful internal belief in your own reliability. You know that when you set a goal, you will see it through, even when it's difficult. This self-trust is foundational for confidence and for tackling increasingly ambitious endeavors. It's a quiet but powerful reassurance that you are in control of your destiny. That your word to yourself holds true. How do you cultivate this habit of consistency, especially when things get hard? Firstly, by focusing on the process, not just the outcome. Celebrate the fact that you showed up, that you put in the effort, even if the result wasn't immediately apparent or perfect. Secondly, by breaking down your goals into the smallest possible daily actions. When the task is small and manageable, it's much easier to be consistent, even days when motivation is low. Thirdly, by having a strong why. Remind yourself regularly of the ultimate purpose behind your efforts. When you connect your daily grind to a deeply meaningful vision, it provides the fuel to push through resistance. Finally, by building robust routines and systems that support your consistency. Schedule your important activities, create reminders, and eliminate as many decision points as possible. When you automate the act of showing up, you reduce the mental energy required to overcome inertia. It becomes less about willpower and more about established patterns. This makes it easier to keep going, even on the days when your willpower battery feels depleted. So make the conscious commitment to staying consistent, especially when it gets hard. Understand that your greatest triumphs will not come from heroic, isolated efforts, but from the cumulative power of relentless, deliberate consistency. Embrace the struggle, view challenges as opportunities to strengthen your resolve, and trust that every single consistent action, no matter how small, is building towards something significant. This habit is the ultimate differentiator between those who merely dream and those who truly achieve. It is the unwavering thread that weaves together all the other positive habits into a magnificent tapestry of accomplishment. Stay consistent, my friends, and you will unlock a profound capacity to realize your highest aspirations, transforming your life one persistent effort at a time. It is the steady hand that guides the ship through all storms, eventually bringing it to its desired harbor. Now, let's turn our attention to a habit that embodies the very essence of perpetual growth. Keeping on improving just by Panjiri, every single day. This isn't about monumental, overwhelming leaps or striving for perfection overnight. It's about embracing the power of marginal gains, the profound cumulative effect of consistent, tiny enhancements across all areas of your life. Many people get discouraged because they look at their grand aspirations and feel overwhelmed by the vast distance between where they are and where they want to be. They seek dramatic, instant transformations, which are rarely sustainable. But the truly successful individuals understand that lasting change and significant achievement are built brick by brick through a relentless commitment to slight incremental improvements. Think about the mathematical power of Bivendra-E improvement. If you improve just Bivendra-E in any area of your life, your skill, your knowledge, your health, your relationships, your discipline, every single day, the results are astounding over time. Over a month, you're about Bivendra sensor, better. Over a year, your Sanders T times better Lingi to the power of Sambite Lupsawu. That's not a small increase. That's a radical transformation. This principle highlights that consistent small efforts, compounded over time, lead to exponential growth. It's a profound testament to the power of consistency and deliberate daily action. Why is focusing on Bivendra-E so effective? Firstly, it's non-intimidating and highly sustainable. A commitment to improve Bivendra-E feels achievable, even on days when you lack motivation or face significant challenges. It doesn't require Herculean effort. It requires mindful attention and a slight adjustment. This makes it far more likely that you'll stick with the habit over the long term. preventing burnout and fostering a sense of continuous progress rather than overwhelming pressure. It makes the journey enjoyable rather than an arduous struggle. Secondly, it shifts your focus from perfection to progress. Instead of being paralyzed by the fear of not being good enough, you become empowered by the consistent pursuit of getting slightly better. This mindset frees you from the trap of all or nothing thinking, and encourages you to value the process of learning and refinement. You understand that the journey itself, the continuous act of becoming, is where the true rewards lie. You're not waiting to be perfect to take action. You're taking action to become better. What does it mean to improve just by every day? It means looking for tiny opportunities to enhance your performance, deepen your understanding, or refine your approach in any given area. In your work, it might mean finding a slightly more efficient way to complete a task, learning a new shortcut, or asking one more insightful question. In your personal development, it could be reading one extra page, meditating for one more minute, or having one more positive interaction. In your health, it could mean drinking one more glass of water, taking a slightly longer walk, or making a slightly healthier food choice. The exact improvement isn't as important as the consistent intention to seek and implement it. Consider the ripple effect of this habit. When you consistently improve in one area, that improvement often spills over into other areas of your life. Enhanced focus in your work might lead to greater clarity in your planning. Improved physical energy might boost your mental resilience. A slightly better understanding of a concept might spark new ideas in an unrelated field. This interconnectedness means that small, consistent improvements create a virtuous cycle of positive growth across your entire existence. You are building momentum that positively impacts everything you touch. This habit also fosters a powerful sense of self-agency. You realize that you have the power to influence your own growth, to deliberately shape your future, one small, intentional step at a time. This empowers you to take ownership of your development and to become the conscious architect of your evolving self. It removes the sense of being a victim of circumstance, and it instills a deep belief in your capacity for continuous self-mastery. You are not just hoping for a better future, you are actively building it, day by day. Many people underestimate the power of these tiny changes because they don't produce immediate dramatic results. But true, lasting transformation is almost always the result of consistent incremental effort. It's the subtle shifts, the persistent nudges, the daily refinements that over time sculpt an entirely new reality. It's like carving a statue. No single chisel blow creates the masterpiece, but thousands of precise, consistent strikes eventually reveal the form within. How do you implement this habit? At the end of each day or the beginning of the next, take a moment to ask yourself, what is one small thing I can do today to be better in this area? Or what is one tiny adjustment I can make to improve this process? The answer doesn't need to be complex or groundbreaking. It just needs to be an intentional, actionable step forward. Then, commit to taking that step. It could be as simple as reviewing your notes for 5 minutes longer, making one extra phone call, or spending an additional few minutes planning your next day. So, make the conscious commitment to keep improving just every single day. Embrace the profound power of marginal gains. Understanding that consistent, small refinements are the true drivers of extraordinary long-term results. This isn't about perfection, it's about persistent progress. It's about cultivating a mindset of continuous learning, adaptation, and growth that will serve you throughout your entire life. By embracing this powerful habit, you will transform your aspirations from distant dreams into an inevitable reality, one deliberate, incremental improvement at a time. This habit is the ultimate accelerator, ensuring that every day is a step forward, building an unstoppable momentum towards your highest potential. It is the secret ingredient for an endlessly evolving continuously better you. This remarkable journey we've explored, delving into these powerful habits, underscores a fundamental truth. Your life is a direct reflection of your daily choices and consistent actions. It's not about magic or luck. It's about intentional living, about making deliberate decisions that compound over time to shape your destiny. The one habit that will truly change your life overnight isn't a single isolated action, but the profound realization and consistent application of these principles, starting with the foundational truth that you and only you are responsible for your life. From that bedrock of responsibility, all other transformative habits emerge. Waking up early and owning your morning isn't just about the clock. It's about seizing control of your day, setting a proactive tone, and investing in yourself before the world demands your attention. Writing down your goals every day isn't just about a list. It's about solidifying your aspirations, imprinting them onto your subconscious, and creating a clear roadmap for your ambition. Practicing daily gratitude isn't just a pleasant thought. It's a profound shift in perspective, a deliberate choice to cultivate abundance and joy by focusing on what you have rather than what you lack. Reading something that builds your mind daily isn't just for scholars. It's your daily dose of wisdom, your connection to the greatest thinkers, and your engine for continuous intellectual growth. Exercising to build energy and discipline isn't merely about physical fitness. It's about forging mental resilience, boosting your vitality, and strengthening your willpower for all of life's challenges. Flaunting tomorrow before you sleep tonight isn't just organizational. It's about premeditating your success, reducing stress, and setting a clear, intentional direction for your efforts. Learning the power of daily reflection isn't self-indulgent. It's the critical process of extracting wisdom from your experiences, accelerating your learning, and deepening your self-awareness. Controlling your time like it's money isn't just efficient. It's about recognizing the finite, non-renewable nature of your most precious resource and guarding it fiercely against waste. Focusing on one important task each day isn't restrictive. It's about the power of single-minded concentration, achieving mastery through deliberate, deep work rather than shallow multitasking. Building the habit of self-discipline isn't punishment. It's the ultimate act of self-respect, the consistent commitment to your long-term well-being over immediate gratification. Avoiding negative people and energy isn't antisocial. It's a profound act of self-preservation, protecting your mindset and cultivating an environment conducive to growth. Speaking to yourself with confidence isn't arrogance. It's a powerful act of internal programming, shaping your self-belief and directing your inner dialogue towards empowerment. Saving and investing before you spend isn't just financial advice. It's a fundamental principle of financial freedom, leveraging the power of compounding to build security and opportunity. Taking action without waiting for motivation isn't ignoring feelings. It's about understanding that action often precedes inspiration, generating momentum and proving your capacity to yourself. Learning from failures instead of fearing them isn't reckless. It's a fundamental shift in perspective, turning setbacks into invaluable lessons and accelerating your path to mastery. Surrounding yourself with people who inspire growth isn't exclusive. It's a strategic decision to elevate your environment, exposing yourself to higher thinking and supportive energy. Limiting distractions and guarding your focus isn't avoidance. It's about protecting your most valuable mental asset, allowing for deep work and profound concentration in a noisy world. Staying consistent even when it gets hard isn't easy. It's the ultimate test of commitment, the unwavering belief that small, persistent efforts accumulate into extraordinary results. And finally, keeping improving just Bifinger E. Every day isn't perfectionism. It's the humble, powerful recognition that continuous incremental enhancement is the true engine of lifelong growth and lasting achievement. These habits, woven together, form an unbreakable chain of personal power. They are not isolated tricks. They are integrated principles that, when practiced with unwavering commitment, will sculpt a life of profound purpose, remarkable achievement, and enduring. Your future is not a mystery to be discovered. It is a masterpiece to be created. One deliberate habit, one intentional choice, one consistent action at a time. The power is not outside of you. It resides within, waiting for you to unleash it through the consistent application of these timeless truths. Embrace them, make them your own, and watch as your life transforms into everything you envision it to be, a testament to the extraordinary power of the disciplined and intentional human spirit. Your journey, your growth, your impact, it all begins with these habits. Practice with unwavering resolve every single day. Make the commitment now and begin to write the most compelling chapter of your life. Now, as we bring these powerful insights together, understand that the true beauty of these habits lies in their interconnectedness and their cumulative impact. It's not just about picking one, it's about recognizing how each one supports and strengthens the others, creating a powerful ecosystem for personal growth and achievement. Think of your life as a magnificent structure you are building. Each habit we've discussed is a vital component, a strong foundation, sturdy walls, a resilient roof, an intricate design element. Neglect one, and the entire structure is compromised. Cultivate them all, and you create something truly extraordinary, a testament to your vision and dedication. Consider the synergy. Taking bite responsibility for your life is the foundational belief that empowers you to even consider adopting these habits. Without it, you'd simply wait for external circumstances to change. Once you own your life, then the desire to proactively shape it emerges. Waking up early and owning your morning provides the quiet, uninterrupted time necessary to engage in other critical habits, like writing down your goals, practicing gratitude, reading something that builds your mind, and even fitting in your exercise. Imagine trying to consistently read or plan your day amidst the chaos of a reactive, rushed morning. It's far more challenging, isn't it? The early morning creates the sanctuary for these essential practices. Writing down your goals daily brings clarity and direction to your efforts, ensuring that your reading, your learning, and your time management are all aligned with your deepest aspirations. It gives purpose to your energy. Daily gratitude, in turn, fuels your motivation and resilience, helping you maintain a positive outlook even when the pursuit of your goals gets tough. It's the emotional nourishment that sustains your drive. Reading consistently enriches your mind, providing the knowledge and insights needed to refine your plans, make smarter decisions, and continuously improve that bifundry every day. It's the intellectual fuel for your journey. Exercising regularly doesn't just benefit your body, it directly enhances your mental clarity, your energy levels, and your discipline, making it easier to focus on important tasks, resist distractions, and a strong body supports a strong mind, and a strong mind is essential for purposeful action. Flaunting tomorrow before you sleep tonight then ensures that the clarity from your goals and the energy from your exercise are directed efficiently and effectively, preventing wasted effort and maximizing your productive output. It's the strategic deployment of your personal resources. Daily reflection acts as the continuous feedback loop for all these habits. It allows you to assess their effectiveness, identify areas for adjustment, and learn from both your successes and your challenges. Without reflection, you might consistently apply habits but miss opportunities to optimize them. Controlling your time like it's money is the practical application of your reflection and planning, ensuring that you invest your hours in activities that genuinely move you forward rather than letting them slip away. Focusing on one important task each day leverages your guarded focus and reinforces your self-discipline, ensuring that your most impactful work receives your undivided attention. Building self-discipline is the thread that runs through all of these habits. It's the muscle that gets stronger with every conscious choice to adhere to your positive practices, even when resistance arises. Avoiding negative influences protects the very mindset that allows you to engage in all these growth-oriented behaviors. Shielding you from doubt and destructive thinking, speaking to yourself with confidence is the internal dialogue that supports your commitment to these habits. reinforcing your belief in your ability to follow through and achieve. Saving and investing before you spend is the financial manifestation of self-discipline and long-term vision, building the material freedom that empowers many of your other pursuits. Taking action without waiting for motivation is the practical antidote to procrastination, ensuring that your efforts are consistent regardless of fleeting feelings. Learning from failures instead of fearing them transforms setbacks into stepping stones, allowing you to iterate and improve the execution of your habits. It's the resilience required to maintain consistency. Surrounding yourself with inspiring people provides external motivation, fresh perspectives, and valuable accountability, further solidifying your commitment to growth. Limiting distractions actively protects your mental space, allowing you to engage deeply with your reading, your planning, and your most important tasks. Staying consistent, even when it gets hard, is the glue that holds all these habits together, ensuring that they become deeply ingrained and produce their compounding effects over time. And finally, the philosophy of improving just bifenjari. Every day is the guiding principle that allows for sustainable, incremental growth across this entire network of habits, transforming you into an ever-evolving, more capable version of yourself. This is not a list of separate tasks. It is a holistic approach to living. When you fully embrace this integration, when you commit to practicing these habits, not as burdens, but as empowering choices, you will witness a profound and undeniable shift in the quality and direction of your life. The change won't just be overnight in one area, it will be a continuous, compounding transformation across your entire being. You will become more focused, more disciplined, more insightful, more resilient, and ultimately more fulfilled. The journey of personal development is not about a single destination. It's about the relentless pursuit of becoming more. It's about the joy of learning, the satisfaction of purposeful action, and the deep contentment that comes from knowing you are living your life on your own terms, guided by principles that lead to genuine success. These habits are not just tools. They are the architecture of a life well lived, a life of profound impact and true significance. Embrace them, my friends, and step into the extraordinary future you are capable of creating. The power, as always, is within you. It's time to activate it. It's time to build that magnificent life, brick by intentional brick, day by deliberate day. The time to start is always now. Now, let's continue this conversation about intentional living and profound self-mastery by focusing on another incredibly important habit: controlling your time like it's money. This isn't just a clever saying. It's a fundamental mindset shift that, once genuinely adopted, will revolutionize how you approach your days and dramatically increase your effectiveness. Most people treat time as an endlessly flowing river, something that's always there, something they can waste and somehow recover later. But the truth is, time is a finite, non-renewable resource, far more valuable than any currency. You can always make more money, but you can never make more time. Every second that passes is gone forever, an irretrievable asset. Think about it. When you treat money casually, spending it on whims, letting it leak away through unconscious habits, you inevitably find yourself in. The same principle applies, even more critically, to time. If you treat your hours casually, allowing them to be stolen by distractions, consumed by low-value activities, or simply drift away without purpose, you will inevitably find yourself in a state of time poverty, always feeling rushed, overwhelmed, and unable to focus on what truly matters. This isn't about being frantic or constantly busy. It's about being deliberate, purposeful, and strategic with every hour you're given. Why is it so crucial to control your time like it's money? Firstly, because time is directly linked to your results. Every accomplishment, every skill learned, every goal achieved requires an investment of time. If you're not consciously investing your time in activities that align with your aspirations, then your progress will be minimal or non-existent. It's a direct correlation. Intelligent investment of time leads to significant returns in your life, while careless expenditure leads to a life of unfulfilled potential. You are the chief investment officer of your own precious hours. Secondly, it builds incredible discipline and self-awareness. When you start to view each block of time as a valuable commodity, you become much more discerning about how you allocate it. You start asking critical questions. Is this activity a wise investment of my time? Is it moving me closer to my goals? Is it genuinely rejuvenating, or is it merely a distraction? This conscious evaluation forces you to prioritize, to say no to low-value demands, and to protect your focused work blocks. It's an ongoing exercise in self-management, strengthening your ability to make intentional choices. Consider the notion of opportunity cost. Every minute you spend on one activity is a minute you cannot spend on another. If you spend an hour scrolling through social media, that's an hour you didn't spend on learning, on exercising, on connecting with loved ones, or on working on your most important project. When you treat time like money, you become acutely aware of these trade-offs, making you more conscious about where you are choosing to spend your moments. You recognize that every choice has a consequence, every allocation has an impact. How do you practically control your time like it's money? It begins with awareness. Track your time for a few days. Don't judge it, just observe where your hours actually go. You might be surprised at how much time is consumed by unconscious habits or trivial activities. This awareness is the first step towards reclaiming your time. You can't manage what you don't measure, and you can't invest wisely what you don't understand. Next, prioritize ruthlessly. Remember the habit of planning tomorrow tonight and focusing on one important task each day? These are direct applications of treating time like money. You identify the highest value activities, the ones that will yield the greatest return on your time investment, and you protect those blocks of time fiercely. You allocate your time budget to your most important priorities first before anything else can stake a claim. It's about being proactive with your schedule rather than reactive. Implement time blocking. Assign specific blocks of time in your day for specific tasks or categories of work. Treat these time blocks as non-negotiable appointments with yourself. During a deep work block, for example, eliminate all distractions just as you would protect a crucial financial meeting. During a communication block, focus solely on emails and calls. This structured approach ensures that you are dedicating focused energy to your priorities, maximizing your efficiency and the quality of your output. Saying no is another crucial component of controlling your time. Just as you wouldn't spend your money indiscriminately on every request, you shouldn't give away your time indiscriminately. Learn to politely decline requests or commitments that don't align with your priorities or values. This requires courage and clarity, but it is an essential skill for protecting your schedule and ensuring that your time is invested where it truly matters. You are setting boundaries not just for others, but for yourself. This habit also significantly reduces stress and overwhelm. When you are deliberate about how you spend your time, you feel a greater sense of control and purpose. You're not constantly chasing your tail or feeling like you're behind. You know what you're working on, why it's important, and when will get done. This clarity brings a profound sense of calm and allows you to approach your day with intentionality rather than anxiety. You are the master of your schedule, not its victim. So, make the conscious decision to control your time like it's your most valuable currency. Understand its finite nature, prioritize its investment, and guard it fiercely against waste and distraction. By treating your hours with the same respect and strategic thinking you would apply to your finances, you will unlock an incredible capacity for productivity, focus, and purposeful living. This isn't about being rigid or robotic. It's about being intelligent, intentional, and effective with the precious moments that make up your life. Embrace this profound habit and watch how your life becomes richer, more productive, and more aligned with your deepest aspirations, simply by honoring the true value of your time. This habit is the ultimate expression of self-respect and a fundamental key to achieving true freedom and impact. Now let's turn our attention to another habit that, when consistently applied, simplifies your approach to work and dramatically amplifies your results. Focusing on one important task each day. This isn't about juggling multiple priorities or multitasking. It's about the profound power of single-minded concentration, of identifying the absolute most impactful thing you can do on any given day and dedicating your primary energy to its completion. Most people scatter their efforts, trying to do too many things at once, resulting in fragmented attention, superficial work, and a constant feeling of being overwhelmed. But the individuals who truly move mountains, who make significant progress, understand that deep, focused work on one critical item yields far greater dividends than diluted efforts across many. Think of your daily energy and focus as a powerful laser beam. If you try to spread that beam across a wide surface, its impact is weak and diffused. But if you concentrate that entire beam onto a single point, its power becomes immense, capable of cutting through steel. Your daily capacity is similar. When you try to work on 5, 10, or even more tasks simultaneously, your mental energy is fragmented, your focus is shallow, and your output is diminished. But when you direct that entire laser beam of your attention onto one truly important task, you unlock incredible efficiency, depth, and quality in your work. Why is focusing on one important task so powerful? Firstly, it leverages the principle of leverage. Not all tasks are created equal. Some tasks are far more impactful than others, acting as a domino that, when pushed, will cause a cascade of other smaller dominoes to fall. Identifying and completing this one thing can often make many other tasks either unnecessary or significantly easier. It's about working smarter, not just harder, by consistently focusing your efforts on the highest value activity. You are seeking the vital few, not the trivial many. Secondly, it enables deep work. In a world of constant distractions, the ability to concentrate for extended periods on a single task is becoming increasingly rare and valuable. When you commit to one important task, you create the conditions for deep immersion, allowing your brain to engage fully, to connect complex ideas, and to solve challenging problems with greater clarity and creativity. This kind of deep, focused work is where truly innovative breakthroughs and high-quality output are generated. You move beyond merely ticking boxes and into a realm of genuine contribution. Consider the psychological. When you dedicate yourself to completing one important task each day, you experience a profound sense of accomplishment and progress. Even if other things didn't go perfectly, you moved the needle on what truly matters. This daily victory is incredibly motivating. It builds confidence, reinforces your self-discipline, and provides a clear sense of purpose for your day. You go to bed knowing you made a significant step forward, rather than feeling scattered and overwhelmed by an endless to-do list. Many people struggle with this concept because they fear leaving other tasks undone. They worry about what might fall through the cracks. But often, the vast majority of tasks on a typical to-do list are either less important, can be delegated, or will simply resolve themselves. By focusing on the truly important, you proactively prevent a buildup of critical, high-impact work. You are strategically managing your priorities rather than passively letting them manage you. How do you identify your one important task? It requires clarity of goals, as we discussed earlier, with writing them down daily. Look at your overarching objectives and then ask yourself, what is the single most impactful action I can take today that will move me closer to my most significant goal? What is the one thing that, if completed, would make everything else easier or unnecessary? This requires discernment, courage, and a willingness to say no to less important demands. Once you've identified that one task, protect the time needed to work on it. This means scheduling it as your top priority, ideally during your peak energy hours. Eliminate distractions, turn off notifications, and create an environment that supports uninterrupted focus. Treat this task as your most crucial appointment of the day, an unmissable commitment to your own progress. You are literally making a sacred pact with yourself to honor your highest priorities. This habit also fosters patience and a long-term perspective. You learn that significant achievements are built through a consistent series of important tasks, completed one after another. You stop expecting instant gratification and embrace the steady, cumulative power of focused effort. This patience is a powerful antidote to the fast-paced, instant results culture that often leads to burnout and frustration. You are playing the long game, intelligently and strategically, so make the conscious commitment to focusing on one important task each day. Identify that vital activity, dedicate your primary energy to its completion, and protect that time fiercely. You will experience a profound increase in your productivity, a deeper sense of accomplishment, and a faster trajectory towards your most significant goals. This isn't about doing less, it's about doing what truly matters, with greater effectiveness and impact. Embrace the power of single-minded focus and watch how your ability to achieve extraordinary results multiplies. This habit is the precision tool that carves your path to success, one deliberate, impactful action at a time. It is the core of effective execution and a hallmark of true mastery. Now, let's continue this exploration of life-altering habits by focusing on something absolutely fundamental to consistent progress and lasting success. Building a habit of self-discipline, this isn't about being rigid or depriving yourself of joy. It's about the profound power of making conscious choices that align with your long-term goals and values, even when those choices are difficult or uncomfortable in the short term. Many people rely on motivation, on bursts of enthusiasm that eventually fade. But motivation is fleeting. Discipline is enduring. It's the unwavering commitment to do what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Think about it. Every single habit we've discussed, taking responsibility, waking up early, planning, exercising, reading, saving, all require a consistent application of self-discipline. It is the underlying muscle that powers all other positive habits. Without it, even the best intentions will eventually crumble under the weight of procrastination, temptation, or inertia. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment, the force that transforms aspirations into reality. It's the internal governor that keeps you on course, even when external forces try to pull you off track. Why is building self-discipline so crucial? Firstly, it creates freedom. This might seem counterintuitive to some, who equate discipline with restriction. But consider this, when you consistently make disciplined choices, to eat healthy, to save money, to work on your goals, you are freeing yourself from the negative consequences of undisciplined behavior. You free yourself from poor health, from financial stress, from the guilt of procrastination, and from the regret of unfulfilled potential. Discipline liberates you from the tyranny of immediate gratification, allowing you to choose your future over your fleeting impulses. It provides the structure that allows true creative freedom and intentional living to flourish. Secondly, it builds incredible self-trust and confidence. Each time you make a disciplined choice, each time you follow through on a commitment to yourself, you are sending a powerful message to your subconscious. I can rely on myself. I am capable of doing what I say I will do. This consistent proof of your own reliability builds a rock-solid foundation of self-confidence. You begin to believe in your capacity to achieve challenging goals because you have a track record of consistent effort, even in the face of difficulty. This trust in yourself is an invaluable asset, empowering you to take on bigger challenges and pursue more ambitious dreams. Consider the cumulative effect. Every small act of discipline, choosing the healthy meal, putting in the extra 5 minutes of work, resisting the urge to procrastinate, might seem insignificant in isolation. But these consistent choices compound over time, leading to profound transformations. Your health improves, your skills sharpen, your finances grow, and your character strengthens. Discipline is the engine of compound growth in all areas of life. It's the consistent, gentle pressure that molds raw potential into refined achievement. Many people think of discipline as a grim, joyless endeavor They associate it with deprivation and struggle. But true self-discipline is an act of self-care, a profound investment in your future well-being and happiness. It's about choosing long-term fulfillment over short-term pleasure. It's about understanding that the temporary discomfort of disciplined action leads to the lasting satisfaction of achievement. It's a wise trade, a deliberate exchange of fleeting ease for enduring strength and peace of mind. How do you build the habit of self-discipline? It starts small. Don't try to overhaul every aspect of your life at once. Pick one area where you want to build discipline, perhaps consistently waking up, Sherwood minutes earlier, or working on your most important task for sensors minutes before checking email. Focus intensely on mastering that one small act of discipline until it becomes almost automatic. Each small victory strengthens your discipline muscle, making it easier to tackle the next challenge. Secondly, set clear, achievable goals. Vague aspirations are difficult to apply discipline to. When your goals are specific and measurable, it's easier to know what disciplined actions are required to achieve them. Break down larger goals into small, daily discipline steps, making the journey less intimidating. Remember the power of Bifenjuri. Daily improvement, discipline, is what enables that consistent Bifenjuri. Thirdly, create systems and routines that support your discipline choices. Don't rely solely on willpower, which can fluctuate. Design your environment to make disciplined actions easier and undisciplined actions harder. This can mean laying out your workout clothes the night before, removing distractions from your workspace, or automating your savings transfers. When discipline is built into your daily structure, it becomes less of a battle and more of an automatic process. This habit also teaches you delayed gratification, which is a hallmark of all successful individuals. The ability to forgo immediate pleasure for greater future rewards is a powerful skill. Discipline trains you to focus on the long game, to resist the impulses that derail progress, and to maintain your commitment to your vision, even when the path is long and winding. It's a profound shift in perspective from immediate wants to lasting needs. So, make the conscious commitment to building the habit of self-discipline. Understand that it is not a punishment, but a powerful act of self-love and self-creation. Embrace the small, consistent choices that align with your highest aspirations, even when they are challenging. Each act of discipline is a vote for your future self, a testament to your commitment to growth, and a profound investment in a life of purpose, accomplishment, and freedom. Build this fundamental habit, and you will unlock an incredible capacity to master your impulses, steer your destiny, and achieve everything you set your mind to. Discipline is the master key to unlocking all other forms of success and personal fulfillment. Hence, it is the unwavering inner compass that guides you towards your best self. Now let's discuss a habit that is absolutely essential for maintaining a positive mindset and fostering personal growth, avoiding negative people and energy. This isn't about being judgmental or isolating yourself. It's about a conscious, strategic decision to curate your environment and protect your mental and emotional well-being from influences that drain your energy, limit your thinking, and pull you away from your aspirations. Many people passively allow negative conversations, cynical attitudes, and perpetual complaining to permeate their daily experience, unaware of the insidious damage these influences inflict on their own potential. But the truly successful and well-adjusted individuals understand that your personal environment, especially the people in it, is a powerful determinant of your overall outlook and trajectory. Think about it. Your mind is like a garden. If you constantly expose it, to weeds, criticism, gossip, cynicism, fear, and scarcity thinking, those weeds will inevitably take root and choke out the beautiful flowers of your own dreams and ambitions. Negative energy is contagious, just as positive energy is. It can subtly erode your confidence, dampen your enthusiasm, and skew your perception of what's possible. If you're constantly hearing reasons why something can't be done, or complaints about every aspect of life, It becomes incredibly difficult to maintain an optimistic, proactive, and problem-solving mindset. Your energy levels deplete and your creative spirit dulls. Why is avoiding negative people and energy so crucial? Firstly, because your mindset is everything. Your thoughts, your beliefs, and your attitude are the primary architects of your reality. If you are constantly exposed to negativity, it will inevitably infiltrate your own thinking, leading to self-doubt, cynicism, and a reduced capacity to envision and create a better future. Protecting your mindset is paramount for maintaining the clarity, courage, and conviction needed to pursue your goals. You are the gatekeeper of your own mind, and you must be discerning about what you allow to enter. Secondly, negative people often drain your energy. These are the individuals who complain without seeking solutions, who criticize without offering constructive alternatives, and who constantly focus on problems rather than possibilities. Interacting with them can be emotionally and mentally exhausting, leaving you feeling depleted and demotivated. Your energy is a finite resource, and you must direct it towards building and creating, not towards absorbing the negative of others. You have a right and a responsibility to protect your vital life force. Consider the impact on your aspiration. If you're surrounded by people who constantly tell you why your dreams are unrealistic, why your efforts are futile, or why you should just settle, it takes tremendous internal strength to maintain your vision. Their doubt can become your doubt. Their limitations can become your self-imposed boundaries. Conversely, when you surround yourself with positive, growth-oriented individuals, as we discussed earlier, their belief in possibilities, their enthusiasm, and their support act as a powerful tailwind for your own journey. What does it mean to avoid negative people and energy? It doesn't necessarily mean cutting everyone out of your life, though sometimes that is a necessary and healthy step. More often it means consciously managing your exposure. It could mean limiting the time you spend with certain individuals, changing the nature of your conversations, or gracefully excusing yourself from environments dominated by negativity. It means being intentional about who you invite into your inner circle and whose opinions you allow to influence you. This also extends to the information you consume. The news cycle, social media feeds, and certain entertainment can be saturated with negativity, fear, and sensationalism. Avoiding negative energy also means being discerning about your media consumption. Choosing to limit your exposure to sources that constantly promote anxiety and despair, and instead seeking out information that is inspiring, educational, and constructive. You are curating your intellectual diet just as you would your physical diet. How do you cultivate this habit? Start by becoming aware of the energy dynamics in your relationships and environments. Notice how you feel after interacting with certain people or consuming certain types of content. Do you feel uplifted and inspired, or drained and discouraged? This awareness is the first step towards making conscious choices. Then, make deliberate decisions to reduce your exposure to known sources of negativity. This might involve setting boundaries, politely changing the subject, or simply choosing to spend more time with individuals who uplift you. This habit fosters self-respect and emotional intelligence. You learn to honor your own energetic needs and to recognize the subtle ways that external influences impact your internal state. You develop the courage to prioritize your well-being, even if it means making difficult choices about certain relationships or information sources. It's an act of powerful self-leadership, asserting your right to a positive, growth-oriented environment. So, make the conscious commitment to actively avoid negative people and energy. Understand that your mindset is your most valuable asset. And it must be fiercely protected from influences that would diminish it. By curating your social and informational environment, by choosing to associate with those who inspire and uplift you, and by limiting your exposure to negativity, you will create a fertile ground for your own personal growth. Maintain a vibrant spirit and accelerate your journey towards a life filled with purpose and positive achievement. This habit is the shield that protects your inner sanctuary, ensuring that your light can shine brightly and consistently. It is a fundamental act of self-preservation and a catalyst for profound personal flourishing.